Welcome to I Need Some Disney, the podcast where we dive into everything Disney, from the parks to the rides to the movies to the shows and everything in between. On this week's episode, we are taking a look at Disney Forward, everything that could be or will be coming to Disneyland, and all of the wonderful announcements that came out of D23 for Walt Disney World. Strap in, keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle, because this is going to be a long one. Hey, I'm Blake T. Wild, and I'm joined here by my co-host, as always, Lena.
Me.
Oh.
Well, why'd you pause that long?
It's suspense for anticipation. You would get that if you ever watched Rocky Horror Picture Show. And my co-host, Lena.
Hi.
The Disney-obsessed fangirl herself. To
the
my
one and only.
You know what
in
this
household.
You know what this is?
What?
You're, as much as this pains me to say, you're Mulder and I'm Scully from the X-Files. You're the believer and I'm the skeptic.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be Mulder.
Well, that's your fault for being the skeptic.
You have a poster in your office that's I want to believe, and it's just the Mickey head floating above the woods. We are discussing quite a bit today. This is, as you can see from the title, from the image, if you're watching this on YouTube, the images that you'll be seeing soon, if this is the video version you're watching, the changes and what's coming to Disney. Not just Disneyland, but also Disney World. I'm not going to bother doing the overseas stuff, because that would just be way too much. I have personally discussed a fair amount of this already on my podcast, the Comic Shtick podcast, a couple months ago. When it was announced at D23. So if you want to hear my pure unbridled thoughts without the, her here, go listen to that and listen to both simultaneously. Listen to the Comic Shtick episode and then listen to this episode as well. But really, I don't really have much else to say aside from this will just be covering pretty much what came out of D23 2024 and I think like a Brazilian convention that they held a couple months or earlier in November, as well as where most of this information kind of comes from, and the past year. Of course, all of the videos on YouTube, as well as Smokey's videos, will have accompanying images as well, and I'll put some sources in the description if you want to, look at any of the articles that I got these fair amount of this information from. So let's get right into it. This is Walt Disney, It's a Magical Life. It is a Walt Disney show with a Walt animatronic that will be operating at Main Street Opera House in 2025.
What is this replacing?
It's kind of replacing the Lincoln thing.
Oh, the Lincoln thing.
So it's going to be this all of next year. And then apparently afterward, it's going to be, I don't know how it works. It's going to be like interspliced with the Lincoln ride. Like it'll be Walt and then it'll be Lincoln, then it'll be Walt, then it'll be Lincoln. I don't know.
I don't got a lot to say about it. I've never done the Lincoln thing.
I wanted to when we went, because if you're a new listener, I've only gone to Disney once this past October. Lena is a longtime fan. She's gone plenty of times to both coasts. I wanted to check out the Lincoln because it's one of the trademarks. It's the classic. It's their big breakthrough in animatronics, audio-animatronics. Closed down. But this one, I don't know what it's going to be. If it's going to be just the audio from an old Walt Disney interview, or if they're going to use AI to redo his voice and he's going to tell the history of the park.
They're definitely going to use AI. Like, why wouldn't they?
This kind of reminds me of like the Stan Lee, all the stuff that came out regarding him, not like bad or anything after he died, but like all the the promotional stuff, and people would be like, "This isn't what Stan would want. That is 100% what Stan would want. He was all about making money off of his brand, and
off of his face."
If Walt Disney was still alive now, he would 100% be okay with having an animatronic of himself at one of the parks.
I think he would be amazed by it.
Oh, he might have a heart attack seeing himself sitting there. It's going to be really cool. The animatronics, well, the Finn animatronic hasn't been great. They're more stylized ones, like on Tiana's Bayou, are good. But since this is Walt, I feel like they have to get the likeness down to
Yeah.
a fraction.
That would be weird if they didn't.
They gave him the wrong mustache.
Yeah, that would
Gave him a goatee.
It's going to be weird if they make him look even just a little bit off because, like, obviously, like, it's Walt Disney. Like, if they skimp on this, then they're officially cheap because...
I don't know, because we're looking at the concept art, which was released, I assume, at D23. I don't really recall when this was. This whole set, this is from his Wonderful World of Disney.
Uh-huh.
This is the footage from, like, when he was like, oh, hello there. In just a year, we're going to be opening a wonderful theme park attraction at Disney World, and won't you follow along with our progress? Like, something like that. Like, that's this set that, at least in the concept art, is what they're using. There's a little plane as well, for some reason.
Yeah.
So I assume it's going to be his history, and just like it seems like it's just going to be a chopped down Wonderful World of Disney sort of thing.
I wonder how they're gonna have him moving since he's not like sitting down.
Yeah, he's probably going to stand up and then lean back against the table.
Maybe.
And then stand back up when the show is about to end to get back into square one.
I guess. It's just interesting how they have him in this art.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting on the edge of a desk. If you haven't seen it, it's an image of Walt on a stage with people watching. So I assume his feet are planted to the ground. It would be insanity if they were like, our animatronics can walk now. And he just walks around the stage.
Maybe they will be there by then.
Maybe
when
this
is
this is next year.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said 2027.
I believe no, that's Indiana Jones and Encanto. Yeah, so that'll be neat. Next small thing. Smuggler's Run is getting a new mission featuring Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
So I don't know how that works. Is it like a Star Tours thing, I guess?
Yeah, just adding
like it's just
screens.
random?
Yeah.
I guess the storyline's just random for whatever you get on Smuggler's Run or something.
Well, wouldn't it be all of it?
No, not from the sounds of it. It sounds like it's a new mission featuring Mandalorian and Grogu. So I assume, based on this concept art, which is the Millennium Falcon cockpit, very realistic because they made a child the pilot. It's Mando and Grogu flying side by side the cockpit with a bunch of TIE fighters. I assume he's just going to be in the video.
Oh, okay.
And like he'll show up, like kind of follow you around or something. Like you'll get it randomly or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like that's why I said, is it going to be like Star Tours where it's like
he randomly is just
you might
there.
get him, you might not.
Well, it sounds like no.
Or is it just going to be like, for this set time, you get to hang out with the Mandalorian?
Yeah. Could be one of those.
Haunted Mansion expansion. The Haunted Mansion expansion. The area, the queue has been expanded. The outdoor finally finished at the time of recording. And there's a new retail shop, which I'm very upset by. Because that's the one thing that I wanted to have when I went in October, is to buy some Haunted Mansion stuff.
You
and
got your Haunted Mansion shirt.
I finally found a really cool button-down Haunted Mansion shirt at Gone Hollywood in Disney California Adventure Theme Park, of all places. I also got a very nice first visit button from Daniel, I believe his name was.
I do not remember his name.
You weren't up there. You were looking around the store.
I know. Well, I was there at the end.
Daniel, if you're listening, thank you again. But
It's not like you gave him the podcast or anything.
If he finds it, you don't know. Yeah, so the Haunted Mansion, that's all been done. That's all completed. So I think that's the last of the construction of that area.
Yeah, they should be done.
It looks very nice. It's like goldish looking. At first I was like, it doesn't seem run down enough, but then I remembered something very specific that they wanted, that Walt wanted when the ride was being made, is that he wanted the exterior to look incredible and like it's still great. But then once you get inside, it's haunted and it looks horrible and it's a nightmare.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, that's neat, I guess. All right, now we're getting into
Don't forget, one more thing about Haunted Mansion. Don't forget the irony that it's going to have to shut down again.
What do you mean?
Because don't they have to take off all the Haunted Mansion stuff?
The Haunted Mansion holiday?
Yeah.
How long does that take them?
I don't know.
Well, that's not going to happen until January or something.
I know, but that's the irony of it. They're going to have to close it again.
It's not going to be that big of an issue as it was when they didn't have a queue line.
Yeah, but
My God, that was insane. The virtual queue line went all the way to Pooh Corner and Jamboree, whatever.
Yeah, it was very long outside.
The COCO Ride.
Ooh.
Coming to DCA. If you notice, it kind of looks like Pirates of the Caribbean. or Haunted Mansion, I guess, but mostly Pirates of the Caribbean because it's like a
Pirates
little
Caribbean
river.
because of the water, yeah.
Yeah, it's a riverboat ride through the afterlife. Apparently, you'll join Miguel on a trip to the land of the dead. And that's really all it is. It's going to feature the latest audio-animatronic technology, of course. And that's all we kind of know. I don't expect anything too outrageous or crazy because, again, it is just kind of a boat raft ride, which I am perfectly okay with.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be fun. As long as they... Well, I don't know. That's not a deal breaker, never mind.
What?
Well, I was just gonna say, as long as they make it, like, look really cool, but... Especially with, like, all the flowers and, like, the trail of the...
Oh, and the afterlife?
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll even do that, or if they'll...
I always loved the bridge, but I don't know.
That honestly might be something in the queue, because look at the boats have the leaves on them, like we came through there, so maybe...
Maybe.
I don't know what they would do for that. Projection mapping, probably.
I always loved that bridge. I always thought that was, like, a really cool aspect of the movie.
And I hadn't seen Coco until October of this past year.
We watched it while we were in the hotel at Disneyland, because he's never seen it.
And we were about to go to DCA the next day for Oogie Boogie Bash, and you told me I had to see it, so I knew who Ernesto de la Cruz was.
Yes, before you met him.
So seemingly this takes place after the film.
Yeah.
So I wonder if
Wait,
Ernesto...
that doesn't make sense. Why is Ernesto up there?
It's a billboard or something.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they take it down? They all hate him now. Remember?
I don't know. Maybe he's like the villain or something. I was about to say maybe he's like...
we go back in time?
No, like he's still around and he's like trying to get Miguel, like he's trying to get vengeance or something.
Bruh, if they keep a poster like that up, it better have some like graffiti on it or something.
Because it says you'll join Miguel on a trip to Land of the Dead. Or it's its own universe. I don't know.
Its own universe?
Like it's its own story. Like this is the first time Miguel went there. Stuff's kind of the same, but it's kind of not.
That's what I was trying... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, it's the same lead up, but we just kind of...
Zoom in. Isn't that the guy who dies in the movie? The skeleton dude?
Those are all his relatives.
No, up in the balcony. Isn't that him? The dude who dies?
The old one?
The old one.
No, that skeleton looks way too young.
It's too young. I can't tell because it's all blurry.
I don't think so. I think he just has a big hat. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do this.
The skeletons, for sure.
No, I meant like just the setting. Like how much of the background are they gonna show beyond the buildings that are right in front of you? I feel like it's
gonna be a projection. Kind of like the Runaway Railway.
I was thinking like the Pandora ride. Don't they do something like that with the jungle?
Oh yeah.
Like it's either screens or like projection like right behind it. It's a cool effect because like you can see the animals going over top of you and everything. I bet they're going to do something similar to that. I'm perfectly fine with this. Like I said, I watched it for the first time 1 month ago at the time of recording, and I loved Coco. So, I don't know. I doubt they're going to make any original songs for this.
No.
That would be neat if they did.
No, the songs were already so good, though. Why would they need to make a new one?
No. Why? I don't know. I wonder how the animals are going to come into play. I want to know more about this now that we're talking about it.
I mean, like, the animals are obviously going to be on a projection. They're not going to waste their time trying to...
Well, you don't know that. They could... The dog is probably going to be an animatronic.
Oh, they could do the dog. That's right. Not
the hippogriff or whatever is probably going to be a screen.
Yeah.
It's going to be some sort of screen technology thing, like on that Avatar ride. I keep going back to that one because it's kind of similar to this. It seems like it's all both colorful.
What they could do with it. Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hat in the ring and say that Ernesto is the villain. And then at the end, he gets, like, eaten or something by the hippogriff.
You mean what happens in the movie?
Yeah, I guess so. Fine, the dog eats him.
The dog's gonna eat him this time.
Yeah, it looks fun. I don't know where this is gonna go. Oh, wait, no, there's a whole...
Yeah, that back area that we didn't go into.
Yeah, that's sort of down by Pixar Pier. There's that whole area.
I wonder how much they're going to get rid of to fit this in, though.
I'll go look at the Disneyland map on the app.
Because most of that was just buildings back there. Kind of regret not going back there now, so I can't picture it in my head.
It was just, I don't even know what it was. I think it's just like maybe like an eatery, like a place to sit down.
To sit down and eat is what it seemed like, so we didn't go back there.
I don't even know where it is on this. We're talking about Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta and Paradise Garden Grill.
I wonder, just looking at this...
Which is where a bunch of Coco-themed stuff was when we were there.
Oh, Oh, I didn't realize that it was right next to Goofy's Sky School.
I hate that thing.
What
They
if
should just get rid of
what
Goofy
if
Sky
they
School.
got rid of Goofy Sky School?
I've never even gone on it. It's just an ugly looking ride.
It does look pretty old.
It looks cheap.
They didn't announce that they're getting rid of that though.
They should.
But it looks like they could probably just get rid of these 2 restaurants and put in
because that's where the
or
that's
they
where
just
we
get rid of Goofy Sky School.
just get rid of Goofy Sky School.
They haven't told anyone yet.
Yeah, get rid of Goofy Sky School. It's temporarily closed twice for some reason on the app. It's listed on here. Get rid of Goofy Sky School. Put Coco there. I don't know where else you would do it, because I feel like the Hollywood studio area over on the other side, that's going to have more stuff coming. I feel like that's getting demolished.
There we go, Disney. Solved all your problems.
Yeah, hire me.
Hey.
Hire us. Okay, here's something. Speaking of Disney California Adventure theme park, there are 2 new rides coming to Avengers Campus. Construction beginning on an expansion in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing I think we both thought when we went there, was that it's very compact and cramped.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the first image. This is called Infinity Defense. A new e-ticket ride at Disney California Adventure centered around the multiverse will be coming to Avengers Campus. In the attraction called Avengers Infinity Defense, guests will embark on a, quote, multi-world adventure, collaborating with Avengers and their allies in a fight against King Thanos.
Yeah, they're bringing back Thanos. We got rid of him in, 2017?
2019.
2019.
2018.
Can we just move on? He's dead.
Not this one. This one, he's king. He's an old man with a crown. So this is an image of the ride vehicle that we're looking at now. It looks like a Honda vehicle for some reason.
Where are they putting this?
It says it's an expansion.
But where? There's gonna
looks
down
like
some trees.
This image right here, the one with giant Ant-Man.
It looks like it's just gonna be in a theater.
It looks like where Doctor Strange was. It's like kind of a rounded sort of building thing. Although I think that might be someplace that's in Sokovia. It kind of looks like the big final fight in Sokovia. But again, this is concept art, so who knows? It says that it's just an expansion, so I don't know what that really entails. Looking at the map, you really can only go back behind the Avengers Campus building, which is what this is right here, I think. Which, let's take a look at this. What is all this going on here? What is all this stuff? Looking at this image of the Honda ship.
The Honda ship?
What Honda vehicle? Honda Kia? Or is that Kia Soul, maybe? What does that look like?
Oh, so you think they're just using all this back area where there's all the trees?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like what's this?
Well, wait, even when we walked down that path when we just went there, I was like, this is a pretty long path of nothingness.
Oh, yeah, between Cars Land and...
Yeah, between Cars and Avengers Campus. So...
Are you looking at the map, too?
Yeah.
This over here, on the far right of the image of the portal opening, that looks like where Doctor Strange is at, with that weird orb thing.
Uh-huh.
So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be located behind... There's no other place to go! There's literally no other place. Because... to the right of the Guardians ride is the road. To the left of everything else is Cars Land. Okay, but that's not the only thing, because if you'll recall, I said there's 2 things coming.
Uh-huh.
So they're making it even bigger. This is what I kept talking to you about in our first episode about the Stark thing. Stark Flight Lab takes guests in a journey of 2-person pods as they deploy to a test station with a robot arm as it whirls there around a simulated flight. Robert Downey Jr. is reprising his role for the attraction. So this is the newfangled technology that Disney's freaking out about. It's pretty much kind of just the same thing as the
you know what this
the Monsters Inc.
like?
ride.
No, not exactly. You know what this looks like, and I better not have haters coming after me. It kind of reminds me of the Harry Potter ride. The one where you go through the castle. What is it called?
The Hagrid?
Not the Hagrid one.
I have no idea.
I almost said the Escape from Gringotts. It's not that. The other one.
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
The other one. It looks kind of... because that's kind of like what that ride is, except it seats 4 instead of 2.
I don't know.
Hold up.
But yeah, this is seemingly... This makes sense to go, like, in the main section, I think. Like, this will probably... I get the feeling that this is going to be built off of the Avengers Campus main building where the Quinjet's at, the Avengers headquarters and the vault. I can see that being built, like, pretty much next door because it's a Stark sort of test factory, whatever. But I get the feeling that, what's it called? The other one's going to be a bit further back, if not more behind Guardians.
Oh, and the Forbidden Journey.
I don't know what that is. Oh, is this the Quidditch one?
Kind of, yeah.
Whoa, what is this? Oh my god, it does look like it.
Yeah, see, I told you.
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
This is the photo of the thing.
Somewhere.
Yeah, the KUKA robotic arms, similar to those used on robo coasters, pictured above, are used on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey in conjunction with a bus bar track technology. It's just the exact same ride. Except...
One's Harry Potter themed and one's...
I was going to say one has 2 and the other has 4.
Yeah.
Like you said. Yeah, it's just... There's nothing special about this now because it's just... This is just...
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why everyone was freaking out. I was like, what are you talking
about? Because it's the
about?
first time Disney's doing it.
I guess, but I was all like, this has already been done. I'm not gonna lie, these types of rides, if you've never been on one, are really fun, especially if you like, like the roller coaster movements without going that fast. That's what makes these type of robotic arms things really fun. Even like I remember when we went to Universal Studios with my family, my grandparents even enjoyed it, and they do not go on roller coasters, so it's nice because you still get that movement of like the roller coaster, but you don't have to go fast, so it makes it fun. The
interesting thing about this concept art is what exactly is happening, because why are these guys on the ground? How does
they also have these at Legoland? And they don't move. Like, they stay stationary and the arm just moves around.
Oh.
So I wonder if these are stationary. Or if they're like the Harry Potter one and they're also
it's definitely,
on a track.
It's a track. It's like a conveyor. Okay. It's like a sci-fi conveyor belt. Yeah.
Did they put those bright lights? What's up with this concept art? Like, what's with all the bright lights? I can't even see what's going on.
To show how bright and happy everybody is. To make the investors happy.
His photo is overexposed.
This illustration?
This illustration is overexposed. How do you draw overexposed?
He even has a lens flare on one of the arms. I say he. This could have been a woman. What this looks like is, look at the conveyor belt. Yeah, it looks like the seats detach and the arm picks you up and then it lowers you back down onto this and you clamp out. Isn't that like what it seems to like imply?
Yes, look, because those people are not on the
arm. That's what I'm saying. And like, look over.
Oh my gosh. No, that kind of makes me not want to go on it, because what if it doesn't click?
Yeah.
And it's on a conveyor belt and it doesn't click? That would be one way to die or break your legs.
Yeah, that's what it looks like in this. Unless anything else comes out, that's what I'm believing is happening.
If this malfunctions, say goodbye to your legs. That makes me not want to go on it. I don't care how cool they think that is. I don't understand everyone's obsession with making these new thrill rides that actually detach.
What else is doing it?
Have you, not Disney, but have you seen that roller coaster that literally detaches from the track to tilt down to click back on?
Nope.
Yeah, what if it doesn't click back on? What are you gonna do? You're gonna die.
Then you'll end up in my accidents happen segment. Until further evidence proves us otherwise, it looks like you kind of just get attached to these arms. Because I was also thinking maybe like it raises up and like it's on this platform.
Wait. One thing we didn't consider, because Disney's being more inclusive now, what if that is a way to go through the ride without having to move? Like for handicapped or, like what they did with the Tron roller coaster.
Where they made it bigger?
Where it's only bigger in the back. Like what if you don't detach? Like what if...
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Yeah, what if that's just a stationary way to go through the ride?
Oh, like it's two separate things.
Yeah, what if it's two separate things?
Oh. That's probably what it is.
That would be really cool, and that would make it so more people could go on the ride. Because obviously a little kid's not going to be able to go on that.
That makes far more sense than it attaches and detaches.
Yeah. What if that is what they're doing?
Disney, don't hire us for this one.
I wouldn't recommend doing that. But what I'm confused about
is why this side's empty.
Yeah. So is that them? Did they detach already?
I don't know.
We're back on our detaching and reattaching theory.
It makes no sense.
Because well, you look at it, it doesn't make sense. Like, why are these people, like, the people who are stationary, they don't have an arm. Where's their arm?
Well, yeah, that's why I was thinking, does it raise up out of the ground? But that doesn't make sense. Then I was like,
are they waiting their turn?
Yeah, I think this also, it looks like it's outside, because that's a street and trees. So that's going to be neat.
I hope this isn't outside.
At least partially, at least this, because like here's the queue back here. Oh wait, look, you can see the seats. The seats in the background are at foot level, unless this is elevated somehow. Because look at that. So on the back right, anybody watching this, there are the seats right here.
Why are
like that's where they load
seats?
it. Look, because there's one of the cast members with their little tablets.
That's where they're loading. I am so confused right now.
About how this works.
How does this work?
And then like down here is like people watching. This is so odd. This is such a weird idea.
Watches nothing like this.
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing like this when
it's gonna be the next Web Slingers.
Yeah.
God, it's gonna suck if you get stuck on that. Like, what if yours is the only one that malfunctions?
Oh my gosh, and you're the only one stuck.
Then, yeah, what happens? Do they stop the whole ride, or they just keep you up there?
They're just gonna keep you up there unless they know a way to get you down.
It's like single-person soaring.
I mean, you would hope they would have safety protocol so you're not stuck up there.
They just press a button and you detach. And then it lets loose a little parachute that does nothing.
Lets you drop.
Yeah, this one doesn't look like a great ride.
This one...
Because, like, what else are they going to do? Because here's what it says. You deploy in a test station in a simulated flight. So, how does that work? Is it going to be like a tunnel that's one giant LCD screen that's displaying fake stuff? Like, you come across, like, oh my gosh, there's Iron Man, but it's like a video anyway. Like,
you know what I think?
Like, what's the story?
You know what? Since this is concept art, I bet you they're just showing you different aspects of it, and this actually is just going to be like the Harry Potter ride.
I don't even
I'm
know.
going back to our original thing, that what we thought it was. Because it's concept art, so I think they're not properly showing us how this ride works just to try to show you everything they were thinking about, but this isn't exactly how it's gonna look.
I need to check the hardcore Disney forums, because those motherfuckers, they find, like, the patents that get filed.
Please check them. Figure out what this is.
Like, I found all the patents from, like, the 90s rides online I was looking at, like... and then, like, the stuff that came out just before Galaxy's Edge. So, like, if anybody knows if this is something new, or if this is just the KUKA robot arm, because it just looks like the KUKA robot arm.
It is just a robot arm, yes.
It's the KUKA robot arm. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah. That, oh my.
Splash Mountain. I mean, Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Also known as Splash Mountain.
No.
Yes.
So,
I'm still calling it Splash Mountain.
Yeah, it was still closed when we went, so we haven't gone on this. I've never gone on it. You've gone on Splash Mountain plenty of times at both parks.
I love Splash Mountain.
Critter Country was renamed to Bayou Country, which you made the far better suggestion of Bayou Bay.
Yeah, why didn't they call it Bayou Bay? It rolls off the tongue so much better.
Even though it is technically a river that it's against, but who cares?
They could have just made it a bay.
Yeah, it's Bayou Bay. I'm going to call it Bayou Bay
It's
from now
Bayou
on.
Bay.
It has 2 new retail shops. 2. I don't know what are those 2? Where are those at?
2 new there's probably the exit store off the ride, and I don't know.
I don't know what the other. And then Hungry Bear Restaurant is reimagined, quote unquote, whatever, into Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree. So we just watched a video of this going through. The story of Tiana's Bayou Adventure picks up after the film's ending in 1927 or so. Tiana's palace has become a success, and Tiana and... Who is Naveen?
Prince Naveen?
Oh, I've never seen this movie all the way through.
We're watching it tonight, don't worry, guys.
They decide to expand their business and establish an employee-owned food cooperative. So that's what all those farms are. They're investing into a communist compound.
What? They never said anything about it being communist.
It's heavily implied. It's 1927. Tiana voted for Eugene V. Debs.
What other store could they be talking about? Ray's Berets?
Are you looking at the map?
Yes, if that they're at.
It just says 2 new retail spots, so whatever's there.
I guess if they count it that small, that's just a small little shack.
It's probably Ray's Berets and
the store inside the ride.
Oh no, wait, there's Lewis's Critter Club. There's that's that store that I showed you on that Instagram video. That's over in Pooh Corner.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's Ray's Berets and Pooh's or whatever. What was it? Lewis's Critter Club, which is where you can get all your favorite Frog Princess merch.
Frog Princess merch?
What is it called? So yeah, it's also Tiana is preparing to host a large party for Mardi Gras, and she and the guests journey into the Bayou to find musical critters for the celebration. It doesn't make any sense because the log ride goes through her office of their like food business.
Yeah.
And she speaks to you, and there's a waterfall.
And then you go through their farm.
Yeah, the logs pass through the gardens where Lewis is looking for musicians, and he pops up all throughout the ride. Then a disembodied voice of Mama Odie inside of her home tells the guests something, I can't remember what she says, before you drop down into the bayou at night, where Lewis guides them to an animal Zydeco band playing Gonna Take You There. Tiana finds you. Then you pass a Rara band, which Tiana also... Oh, that's what it is. It's Tiana shows up whenever she recruits these animals, I guess. Mama Odie then for some reason uses her magic to make the riders shrink down to size, I guess to find the musical small creatures.
Yeah, why is she shrinking us?
To find this little creatures who can play music. Like those 3
Tiana
frogs.
Already found them.
No, we have to find them.
Why do we have to find them? Why can't she
Because we
do
got
her job?
hired to...
Oh, did we get hired? How much is she paying?
Nothing, because it's a communist compound. We get to live there and get free food. This was the part where in the video we were watching, it really splashes you.
Oh, yeah.
And a man in the background loses his mind. Oh, God!
Yeah, there's a part in this ride where...
It's so funny.
It's so interesting, though, because it turns into, like... Well, obviously, you know you're on a track. And it turns into a roller coaster. There's this part where you go literally down out of the water just to go back up and splash into the water. And you get soaked at that part.
This is the part where you shrink down.
You already get soaked before you go off the big drops. Okay?
I'm just thinking about that guy. Oh, I wish the camera was on him. Oh, God! He sounded in pain like he's a witch.
It sounded painfully cold.
I melted!
Well, like, think about probably how cold it was, too.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. It was only 2 weeks ago in this video uploaded.
The water was probably freezing cold.
Oh, God! I'll play the clip. Go check out the video.
Just his voice.
Yeah.
Put a link to it.
Yeah, here it is. I love that. That was so fucking funny. Disney needs to invest in some water cannons like SeaWorld has.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
The log reaches a dark tunnel with a beam of light that blinds every rider, it seems like, based on this video, which is where you become tiny or whatever. You meet some frogs playing bongos.
There's a lot of frogs all around you, and they're bigger than you, by the way.
But I guess, yeah.
They're huge.
Yeah, she makes you really tiny.
Okay, make that make sense. She shrinks you, and you're supposed to be frog size. Yet these frogs are huge. All right, they're bigger than us.
They never said anything about frog size. I think that's
good point. So she makes you the size of an ant.
No, she makes you the size of a 6-inch action figure.
Oh yeah, that's how big you are. You're a 6.
You're probably about 6. I'd say so. If you put a frog next to one of my toys here.
You're turned into an action figure, guys. Okay, so be ready to feel like you just got injected with plastic because you're shrinking.
It's funny that 2 Disney rides do this shrinking thing.
Yeah.
This one and the Ratatouille. Which one do you think does it better?
I don't really know the Ratatouille.
Ratatouille one. I don't know how it works. I think you go in and you're the size of a rat, so everything's big. Because all I know is that when you're leaving, the tiles change size
you know what you're
very
forgetting
quickly.
About?
What?
You're forgetting about the old Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
I thought that was something, but I didn't know enough about it to bring it up. I was going to.
When you get shrunk in the audience.
What?
Yeah.
We need to have an episode about that, because I don't know what that is. I've never seen any of those movies.
I was so upset when they got rid of it. I loved that show.
Where was it?
It was a 4D show. It was in Hollywood. Don't quote me.
You mean MGM Studios?
It
Hollywood
was in
Studios?
MGM Studios.
I've never seen any Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies.
I missed that one. You did it?
No.
What?
You know what's funny about Rick Moranis, who I have a custom action figure of right there looking at me? Is that every movie he's cast in, he always does that. Oh, well, hey, it's me, it's Rick Moranis. He has a naturally deep voice. So anyway, the log descends down the 52-foot drop at a 45-degree angle. Why is this note? Like, isn't that just the same thing as the regular Splash Mountain? After another outdoor flume splash segment, the log returns into the mountain where critters play Flor de Bayou. Tiana sings Special Spice in celebration of Mardi Gras with everyone attending. That party doesn't seem like it's very much of a hit.
They could have made the party more
spectacular and Mardi Gras-ish.
Yeah, it definitely
It's very slow.
It was just kind of like, look, everyone's here.
Yeah, it's like it kind of
was
felt
one of those parties.
It felt like a little more upscale version of that possum side attraction that Goofy and Max go to.
This is New Orleans. This is Mardi Gras. Where are all the beads? Where are all the masks? Show your tits. Where?
Was that on where we were going?
No. Yeah, where's all the alcohol? Where's all
Yeah, where are the big jugs with XXX written on them?
Oh, that's not where I was going. But all the masks, like
this would have been during Prohibition.
Oh, good point. I didn't think about that.
Like, that'll stop somebody celebrating Mardi Gras. Come on.
Yeah, just put it in a juice box.
Yeah, really. Like, where's any? Like, it just looks like a house party with like two people, and like for some reason there's characters on either side of like the waterway.
They did Mardi Gras better in the movie.
I'll take your word on it.
The parade at the end. Oh yeah, you didn't see it yet. That, like, if they made it more like that parade at the end of the movie, even though, it didn't have to be a parade, but more like that party vibe, it would have been a lot better. But the ending, it just looked they tried to shove a whole bunch into the last little room, and...
Oh my god, guys, the ride's about to end!
Yeah. But they didn't add anything extra, like fireworks. They could have done confetti. They could have done
more celebratory music.
Well, I'm still not over that. Where are the flippin' beads?
How do you want them to incorporate beads?
Everyone knows Mardi Gras is about beads. They could have been wearing them. Where are the flippin' beads? What, did they not have that in 1927? Did they not make plastic beads?
No.
Why?
Anyway, as you're
making me Google it now.
As you're leaving, Mama Odie stands further away from the others and compliments the band on how good they were, as well as berating Juju for trying to steal her beignets. Who the hell is Juju?
What? That's her snake.
She has a snake?
She has a snake. Oh my gosh, you need to watch this movie if we're going to be talking about it.
Yeah, she's pretty much like, I love beignets. Go and visit Tiana's palace for some beignets. That's what she sounds like, right?
Okay.
Go visit next door and buy some beignets. Then after exiting, the riders can purchase a picture of their ride falling in the final drop with their cards or magic bands at the Bayou General. The other change is, of course, the restaurant got renamed, I guess. Did it get themed at all?
The
Tiana's Palace?
No,
Isn't that...
it's still Tiana's Palace.
What was it before?
I don't remember.
Something. I don't remember what. Who cares? Moving on. This is the big thing.
They were tossing beads in 1927.
Yes, by 1927, Mardi Gras parades in New Orleans were regularly tossing beads.
Where are the beads?
Those are expensive.
Uh-huh.
The first Mardi Gras beads were often made of glass, specifically Czechoslovakian glass beads. My god, they're just chucking glass little balls at each other. Okay, are you ready to... Do you have anything else to say? I feel like this is something that means a lot to you, the fact that this has changed.
Frustrating. Okay, the drop. Like, they kind of... they still dropped the ball. They still dropped the ball because they got rid of the scary factor. There's no thrill before that drop anymore. It's just Mama Odie saying, oh, let's go this way, and something about how you're shrunk, so it's gonna be a big drop. And it's like... Really?
But isn't that nice though? It's just a nice relaxing ride that you can just hang out, listen to some nice music, watch an alligator get stuck.
I want to be terrified. I'm about to drop 52 feet, all right?
That's a good point.
You're dropping 52
But now it's fun. Feet. Now it's like you're diving off a pool.
In the original one, you were tied up, and the villains, I forgot their name, the fox...
I don't know.
The fox was getting ready to kill you, alright? He was throwing you over the edge, and there was 2 vultures waiting there, taunting...
They're throwing beads? Throwing glass Czechoslovakian beads at you?
They were taunting you. Basically, I don't remember what they said, but they made it pretty clear that you were about to die and they were gonna eat your remains.
I'd just like to point out she's slamming her fist into an open palm like she's about to beat me. That's what that noise is, if you heard it. Yeah, that. She's about to throw hands.
About to throw hands. It's just, okay, like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first went on that ride when I was about, maybe 5 years old? Maybe 6? I was terrified. But you know what? It made it more thrilling. It made it more exciting. It made it exhilarating. Now it's just, you're just falling. You're just falling, man. Why? I don't know. To get there faster, I guess.
Again, the main reason that you're going down is because you're literally shrinking. That's what the point, that's what it's getting at. Is
but
that
no,
you're
already shrunk.
Are you?
Yes, you're already shrunk.
Well, yeah, it's like in the first Ant-Man when he falls in the bathtub and he shrinks down and then like he rushes through the water and it's like exciting. It's like, oh my god, I'm tiny now and I'm not used to this world.
Nah, they got rid of the thrill.
I think it looks really beautiful. I think it's very pretty.
It does look good.
Like, it looks far better than it did before with all the foliage and especially at night. Like from what little I saw in person behind the walls.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
really
lie.
Nice.
Like, okay, yeah, Splash Mountain really did needed a refresh. I'm just mad they got rid of that thrill element. Like that's what made it so exciting, especially. Well, especially once you were, like, when I was, like, in my teenager age, it still made me want to go on it to get that thrill, you know? Like, why you want to go on the roller coasters? You want that thrill. You want that, that adrenaline.
Adrenaline?
Right. Adrenaline.
Well, now you can go over to Disney California Adventures and do the grizzly bear one.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out one more thing before we move on. That in this concept art, all the animals play little, like, makeshift instruments. The rabbit is playing a license plate.
Oh, yeah.
And this possum...
I'm a skilled license plate player, guys. You should hear me sometime.
Doesn't that possum look like they just traced the girl possum from over the hedge?
Oh my gosh, it does. And she's playing a butternut squash.
Yeah, like a bass. All right, now this is the biggest thing we're probably going to talk about. This is Disney Forward.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
I've somewhat seen it.
So that's where we stayed at. That's the Stouffville. That's the hotel.
Oh, where we stayed?
Yeah, that's that parking lot. That's the Pixar hotel. This is where we turned down the street. And then this over here is like the entrance to what was it called? Downtown Disney. Because there's the Grand California and all that stuff.
Wait, so they're getting rid of that parking lot?
They want to get rid of all of that. Like, it's all... The idea is to make all of it another section of the park.
What is all of that? It's too zoomed out.
Nobody knows.
What is all that?
Disney Forward is an ongoing initiative by the Walt Disney Company to work with local governments and communities to plan for future expansion and innovation within Disney theme parks. Announced in 2021, Disney Forward focuses on developing underutilized land and modernizing infrastructure. Disney has committed to spending at least $1.9 billion, and the investment for the initiative could reach $2.5 billion or more.
Was it that area a hotel?
Right there?
No. In the left corner. All that. Wasn't that hotels?
That's that giant parking lot.
Oh, that's that giant parking lot?
Yeah.
The one we walked through? Or the one we walked past?
The one we walked past. Right down here is where that Mickey Mouse is in the road.
Oh, okay.
Because here's the Grand Californian. This is that intersection that we would make a left at. That's where the roundabout would be or so. And then you go down here. Because this is the Disney Hotel.
But isn't that... Where is everyone going to park? Most of that was parking lot.
There's something about a parking... I think that's what these actual infrastructural buildings are. Or is it cast parking? And
are
like
they just going to make more parking garages?
It's going to be garages, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Which makes far more sense. Build up.
I will make... Yeah, that they definitely should have fixed that forever ago. Like, I don't understand why Disneyland had... I mean, I get they had parking lots, but they were like... single level parking lot.
This is our loudest episode so far, I think. We're very invested in this.
Well, like, it never made sense to me. I'm like...
Universal has parking garages.
Where's all the parking garages? Yeah, Universal always just had a huge parking garage. Like, why are we setting the bar so low? Literally, only on one level. Like, make it multiple stories. We know how to build parking garages. Make it a freaking parking garage.
So I will say that this is obviously concept art. If this does ever happen, it's going to be like 15, 20 years in the future fully. So who knows what might change from this, but at this time, this is what Disney themselves is showing off. This is what they're proposing to have made.
Is this all already Disney property, right? They're not buying anything new?
I'm pretty sure it is. It says it's underutilized Disney property.
Huh.
Developing underutilized land and modernizing infrastructure.
Probably
because what else was over there? Like it was a giant parking lot. Remember?
It was a giant parking lot and
not much else.
Some of it was just downtown Disney, wasn't it?
No, that's like over here. That's like this general area.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was just all parking lot.
Don't worry, I have a map to show you later. So this is the official Disney Forward website, which you can view everything. I went through most of their submissions. Like you can see what they submitted to the city of Anaheim. So here's what they have. Disney Forward approved an updated approach. These exciting new lands and attractions coming to Tokyo's Disney Sea could be perfect inspiration for the future of Disneyland Resort. So this is essentially saying this is what we want to do.
They better do Tangled.
Yeah, so Tangled is one of the options. Tangled, Rapunzel's tower overlooks a charming forest where guests board gondolas to the Lantern Festival to live Rapunzel's best day ever with Flynn. There's also a restaurant or something, I don't know. Peter Pan, the Neverland area features 2 attractions. One that, with the help of Tinkerbell, takes guests on a boat ride following the Lost Boys down a river. The other to a Pixie Hollow ride where Tinkerbell and her fairy friends live. Also includes a restaurant with a spectacular view inspired by the Lost Boys' iconic hideout.
And Frozen.
Yeah, there's even more. They want to do Frozen, which is, I guess, what they have in Hong Kong is Arendelle whole setup. It looks really pretty. They want to do Zootopia here as well.
Please don't do Zootopia.
Which is interesting. They want to do a Toy Story Land on this side.
Don't do a Toy Story Land.
They also want to introduce Tron to Disneyland.
Tron.
So here...
I really hope they add in the new things that we don't have in the US. Like, I hope they do more of, like, what's...
overseas.
And other overseas. Because if they're just gonna, like, copy everything from what we already have in Disney World, that feels like a waste. Because at least, like...
I mean, most of what it is, it's Pandora, Tron, and Toy Story Land are the main ones that I've seen that are from the West Coast, or East Coast.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really travel overseas, so it would be nice to have that in the U.S. as well.
Until we get more money from this podcast, of course.
Okay, then we'll be traveling overseas. Yes, give us Disney money, please.
So here is all right, let's look at the official map that they posted on here. So maybe this will help you situate where you are.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I just didn't really realize what was over there because I didn't realize how much parking lot they had.
Yeah, it's a giant parking lot.
Just sitting there.
So as you can see, this, if you're on the YouTube video, this is what you're looking at. If you're listening to audio, okay, I'm sorry.
Try our best.
Check the links in the description. I'll put it to the Disney Forward site. This purple, that's downtown Disney.
Yeah.
So that would connect across right here. Based on the concept art, it seems like they want to go with a route of land bridges, but I saw some other people suggest they might just cut off the road of Disney Drive or whatever it's called.
Maybe. Yeah, because I'm curious where they're going to put the entrance to this.
The entrance would seemingly be about where, like, just along the edge right here. Because that purple...
It'll be a small entrance.
The purple lines are possible pedestrian bridges. Note the word possible. Oranges, they also want to, if you notice, expand Disneyland, possibly.
Yeah.
But the main focus, they also want to have another parking structure on the other side of Harbor Boulevard, which would be the layered one, and that would connect over via a bridge to Disneyland proper.
I don't know if we ever properly talked about this, but weren't they not ever approved, those bridges, because the pedestrian bridges, because they didn't want people to, like, miss all the small shops around there?
Are there small shops on that site? It's mostly hotels.
Mostly hotels.
On Harbor Boulevard? Like, I don't think there's any small stores. I'm pretty sure it's mostly hotels, and there's nothing on Disneyland Drive.
Yeah, I don't know.
But this concept art, like, you can see, like, here, like, you can see about 4 different places, one of which would be the land bridge that is downtown Disney.
I feel like they should add another monorail and just connect all of them.
There's something with a monorail that they might have planned. I don't know what, though. So this is, like, what they want. And then there's this down here on the bottom right. Over a new kind of Disney entertainment is what they call it. Could include a theme park, hotel, retail, dining, and entertainment.
So another theme park? That is so far away. Well, not that far away. I'm being dramatic. But it's definitely out of the way.
That would be hotels, retail. It's kind of like they're trying their damnedest to do what they have done in Florida within the scope of Anaheim.
Yeah.
By having these separate conjunctions of areas near each other. Because, like this saying over here, if it becomes something, this new kind of Disney entertainment, it's going to be a big shopping mall with hotels.
Maybe.
I don't know what else it would really be.
They already have that over there, so...
And also, I think they want to expand Disney California Adventure as well.
Yeah. The things that sucks about this, I know Walt Disney bought this forever ago, and it was just his idea, but why did it have to be so close to the freeway?
Because that's how you get people there.
I know, but that kind of ruined it. Well, not ruined it, but you know how you can't really expand this. It's just, they put it so close to a freeway, and then there was already a whole bunch of stuff around it already. So they weren't able to, like, buy up a bunch of land. Which I get it, he was just starting out, so yeah, you would want some people going there already. So it made sense at the time, but now it's like, why?
Okay, so if you're watching the video, then you'll see this kind of, you know, in the map that we're looking at, which, as you can see, it's an illustration of what they want to go in that chunk of land over on the left of downtown Disney. Here is from something 0511 regarding the noise levels that they submitted to the city of Anaheim that I found. So this is them showing the city of Anaheim how they are taking into consideration noise levels with, like, local people. This is a 3D rendering of that planned area that we just looked at.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is an actual map of the planned area. So starting at the top, Family Ride, quite a few family rides. Thrill Ride, I don't know what round means. A bunch of family rides up there. People think that this could be Tangled area up on the top, on the northern section. Here's Downtown Disney, connect over somehow. Fantasy Tower in the Disneyland Hotel, blah, 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 all of that. In the center section, I can't remember what people thought that the family ride and the thrill rides in the middle are going to be near Paradise Pier Hotel, whatever the Pixar place. But this bottom section down here, where it's like this big mountain thing, and like the build-up and whatnot, assuming that they don't expand it out of California Adventure specifically, people think that that's where the Avatar Land's gonna go.
I really hate that they're doing an Avatar Land here. Like, they already have that in Disney World.
Yeah, but now, as you can see from this concept art,
I mean, it does look
it's
cool.
going to be about the new movie.
It does look cool. It's just...
It's going to be the Way of Water. Here's the little miniature of the, whatever this is we're looking at. I don't fucking know. I've only seen the first movie once, and I've seen it twice, and I got wasted both times. Go check that video out on my YouTube channel if you haven't. It's my drunken review of Avatar. But, yeah, this has been announced for, like, the past year or two. They want to bring Pandora to the West Coast. Either it's going to be in DCA, or it's going to seemingly eventually be built in that new expanse of land that was once a cast member parking lot. It will be based on The Way of Water and the upcoming eventual films after that, which I think one of them is called The Seed Bearer.
Ooh.
I know, it's sexy, right? But, yeah, that's the majority of what happens in Disneyland. So now we hop across the coasts.
Across?
Damn it. I was hoping you wouldn't notice that. To Disney World. First of all, Test Track is getting a reimagining. Disney says the new version will, quote, celebrate today's innovation while highlighting the past, present, and future. Among the updates will be an enhanced queue celebrating vehicles and innovators that have put us in motion over the years. New show scenes will focus on how mobility technology connects everyone, followed by an outdoor joyride. Gross. It's just like, I love you, cars.
It looks weird.
What is Test Track?
That's what it sounds like where you would... Okay, the original OG best Test Track was where you were literally testing new cars and you went through all the checks, like a brake check and like bump check and then speed check when you finally race out. So therefore Test Track.
What is it now? Is it just kind of like the Cars ride?
Now it's more like the Cars ride.
It's like Autopia.
There's the moment before you go on the ride where you get to customize your car how you want, which was cool.
What? How did they do that?
You're all in, like, before you get on the ride, you're all in front of these screens, and you stand there with your family, depending on how many people are in line. But like both my brother and I got to pick a car that we designed, and like they have it set up really nice where you can make it like really fast. So you're like, ooh, this color and shit.
I thought you like
it has turbo power. My car can go really fast, and then you would just get on the ride. But the thing that sucked about the ride is that they toned it down. Like you could barely
just like Dinosaur.
You could barely feel any of the effects. You could barely feel the brake check. It was just like, oh, brake check, and then you just went instead of actually an actual brake check. Mm-hmm. And then of course you would go out and race your new car that you designed.
The way I was picturing it, I thought it was like, so there's 4 people in a car. The first person gets to pick the front. The second person gets to pick the middle. And it comes out this horrible amalgamation.
If I remember correctly, it tells you which car won, like, because you're racing.
That's interesting, because one thing I saw when I was doing my Disney video about the trip is that the Cars Radiator Springs Racers originated as like a test track thing. Is that true?
It's kind of like Test Track, yeah.
So that makes sense. I didn't find any sources of that, but now that you're saying that that's how it worked, that adds some credence to that thing that I read.
So that's this one, it looks like it's gonna suck even more.
This car looks fucking ugly.
It doesn't even look like, what are you like?
It looks like a sandal.
What are you supposed to be doing? It looks like they're just going to be throwing you in there and be like, look at this, look at that. Instead of making it a ride, I don't know.
I mean, it's already a ride, isn't it?
Well, like, the ride it was, what made it so much fun and worth it.
Yeah, apparently it closed in June. And according to this article on Magic Guides, it estimates that it could be opening January or February 2025. I don't think that's happening, because I haven't heard anybody talking about Test Track. Mm-hmm. Moving on. Hey, look, it's Zootopia, your favorite.
I do like Zootopia. I don't need the whole world.
So Zootopia is replacing It's Tough to Be a Bug.
I feel like that could be really cute. That could be really good.
I like in this concept art, Mickey Mouse is watching.
Yeah.
It's a 4D show, animated, whatever, housed in the Tree of Life theater, whatever that is.
So I wonder how they're going to do with this, especially if you've ever been in It's a Tough to Be a Bug. I wonder how 4D they're still going to make it. And I wonder if they're going to have animatronics in there with it. And I wonder if it's going to be as traumatizing as It's Tough to Be a Bug.
I've heard it's scary.
How traumatizing it was, especially for me, since I'm terrified of bugs and got dragged on that.
What was it? Was it a screen? Was it live?
It was a screen show, but also while you're watching it, like, it's 4D, so, you know, there's bugs and everything hitting you around, even... Like
wasn't there like wind that blew on you to make it feel like you're getting crawled on?
And on the seat it bumps up.
Oh my god.
And like pokes your back. And like but also the terrifying part, especially if you were sitting near the front right, which is a terrifying spot to be sitting, because the terrifying grasshopper pops out.
And you're like, oh god!
And he is huge, okay? He is not grasshopper sized, because you're the size of a bug, apparently.
A bug?
They're showing you how tough it is to be a bug. And he was terrifying. And then, I don't remember because it traumatized me so bad, but I think he's trying to have some type of bug attack you from the ceiling. Don't quote me on that, but I remember something like spiders or something dropping from the ceiling as he's threatening to hurt you.
So I assume that this is going to be a big screen show that's also 3D, kind of like Philhar Magic.
But 4D.
Is it indoors or outdoors?
It's indoors.
Oh, so I doubt there's going to be much water because they don't want to get mold.
Yeah. And then, I wonder if they're still going to make it 4D, and I wonder if they're going to have...
That's what everybody says.
Well, I wonder if they're going to keep animatronics in it.
Were there animatronics in there?
Yes, there's animatronics.
Oh, you just said it popped up.
Yeah, the giant grasshoppers.
Who is the villain in this? What, the sheep is going to show up?
The sheep is going to pop up out, start threatening you in a puff of smoke.
I can't say anything. I didn't look up. It's tough to be a bug. So I don't have anything to add.
You know what? We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it right after this. So you can see how traumatized everyone was.
Apparently Disney World's getting a new parade called Disney Starlight. I should also know I'm getting all this information from magicguides.com. So thank you, Magic Guides, for putting this together. Check out the link in the description. Tell them that we sent you. Fucking, I don't know what it's like the light parade.
Yeah, it looks like a light parade. It looks really pretty though. I'm excited for that.
Have you seen other stuff with it, or are you just basing it off of this?
I'm just basing it off this.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, if it's just a parade,
yeah, it's
just
a light up nighttime parade.
So it's gonna be really
Peter Pan, Encanto, Frozen, and more.
Well, it's gonna be really pretty, but at the end of the day, it's still just a parade.
And it's gonna start in that nice, musky Florida summers when it premieres. Now, remember earlier when you were showing me the map of Disney World, and you're like, "There's the aerial ride," and I said there was the aerial ride or the show, whatever it was.
It was a show.
They're doing a new one.
Oh, they're making an adventure?
They're making the Little Mermaid Musical Adventure, a theatrical performance musical.
What? It was a performance.
Yeah, but they're redoing it.
Oh, so it's still there. Technically, you lied to me.
No, because it's not the same thing. It's an upgraded one.
Oh, it did need upgraded for sure.
It's fully reimagined theatrical production inspired by the 1989 Disney animated film Little Mermaid, replacing Voyage of the Little Mermaid. So, same thing, different coat of paint.
Different. By the concept art, it looks like it's going to be really pretty.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually putting effort into the sets, I guess.
Instead of just the puppets.
Instead of the high school theater performance that it seems like.
It was still really good. I loved it.
Here's something I'm excited. Nope, not that one.
I don't want that.
Disney Villains live show. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
It might just be like what Hades was doing at Oogie Boogie Bash, where he's just kind of talking shit to people.
Probably.
They need to have their own Megatron.
Their own.
Does that mean anything to you?
No.
You haven't seen those videos of the Megatron at Universal who talks shit to people?
I mean, yes.
They need to have that.
I don't think Disney would do that. That's a little off-brand.
Mick Kim's Mile House DVC member lounge. That means nothing to me. But
can we even go in there since we're not DVC members? Yeah, so what's the point?
But they are going to have a Pirates-themed tavern.
Ooh.
Offering Pirates of the Caribbean-themed dining experience. It's in Adventureland. You get to hang out with pirates. I don't know. You're cool. I don't know what else to say. I bet a lot of obnoxious middle-aged men, whenever they see a redhead, are going to say, what is it?
I already forgot.
Give me the redhead or whatever they used to chant on the Pirates ride. Spaceship Earth Lounge.
That looks cool.
Looks pretty cool. World Center Epcot. It's just a lounge bar sort of thing. Looks really nice. It kind of looks like I do like the retro sci-fi. If they get those lights in real life, I like it because it looks like fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the new mission on Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run with Mando and Grogu. We already discussed that. Pueblo Esperanza, Tropical Americas. If you want to hear us discuss this, check out our previous episode on Dinoland USA, where we go in detail on that ride and what our expectations are and what our theories are regarding the future. Of course, that also includes the new Indiana Jones adventure, which we also discussed in that previous episode. The new Encanto ride we also discussed. The new carousel. I don't know why. Was there a carousel? Why is that important?
It's just there.
Oh.
It's just another carousel they're adding there.
So that'll be occurring from fall 2024 is once everything's going to be starting to close around now.
Mhm.
And it goes until 2027. Construction will be happening throughout phases. And it's going to be an 11-acre area of the land now called Tropical Americas. Monsters Inc. Land, Monsters Inc. Theater Show, and the Monsters Inc. roller coaster we discussed at length in our first episode, Muppets Out, Monsters In, so check that out there.
As well as...
Yeah, as well as Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith covers by Dr. Teeth and Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, yes. That's definitely going to be the song.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's something you're not happy about.
I'm mixed feelings about.
You want to tell them what that is?
I just don't picture it, okay? I'm having a hard time picturing it.
They are too, because they don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about the 2 new Cars attractions. So I had to do a lot of research to figure out how this is working.
Yes.
It's going to be 2 Cars rides. The first is a thrill ride featuring a rally race through the mountains involving off-roading, mountain climbing, geyser jumping, mud slamming, high-flying rally race. If anything, it's going to look pretty. You're probably going to get wet, maybe? It might splash you. Because there's geysers and like puddles.
Because if we're actually going through dirt, or a dirt-like substance...
Well, it's not going to be real dirt.
That's going to turn into... I said a dirt-like substance.
You think the sand at Radiator Springs Racers is real?
Really? That's why I'm saying they better not make it a real, thing.
And we did
Otherwise,
see...
I
I did show you that test footage where they recreated the ride and we're going over it in golf carts. And it seems pretty hectic.
Yeah.
You're bouncing up and down a lot, so don't go on this if you have a pacemaker or you just ate.
Yeah.
Or you'll happen in my accidents happen
don't
segment.
be that person that throws up on the ride.
Oh god, there's gonna be so many sick stomachs from this based on what
that happened to us on Space Mountain.
Ew.
You didn't? Were you not paying attention?
When we went? When you and me went?
When those kids had to get out of the cart?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
When they got out?
No, what happened?
Someone threw up.
On the ride?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Where? An our
You
cart?
didn't
What?
see it?
No.
It was all on the side when we drove past.
What?
Why do you think all those kids got out?
I didn't pay any attention at all.
That's not where you get out of the ride.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even remember. I was just overwhelmed with disappointment.
Okay. That's why we were also stopped there for so long.
Oh. It was the car ahead of us?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice. What, you didn't tell me that? How are you just now telling me this?
I thought you noticed because there was throw up on the ground.
I didn't see that at all.
And we were just stopped there. Well, that's because I was sitting in the front, okay?
Oh.
So I saw it.
I don't... How did the seats work on Space Mountain?
Remember I was in front of you?
You were?
Was I? Oh, wait, no, we were next to each other.
Yeah. You were in front of me on Matterhorn.
Well, you clearly... Oh, it was when we were still standing in line. And I was in front of you.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to that at all. Does Space Mountain have the travelator that moves?
Yeah.
That moves to pop you into the car? Or is that...
It's just a little rocket ship that comes up. And
oh, okay. I don't know what I was focusing on. I was looking at just the architecture, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, the other Cars ride is said to be more laid back and geared toward, I guess, children and the family. It is a Tomorrowland Speedway-esque ride featuring a dirt racetrack with Doc Hudson. It's all dirt. All dirt all the time. It's such a dirty land.
There better not be actual dirt.
Now, here's the thing. There is something called Beyond Big Thunder, which is what this whole initiative is.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds interesting. But in actuality, it just means that they're building Beyond Big Thunder. It's very literal in what it means. It sounds like a code name, but it's not. So where do you think this is going to be built?
I thought they were getting rid of that one area.
Which area?
I don't remember.
What are you talking about?
Weren't they going to get rid of, like, Tom Sawyer's Island?
Yes, they are. Here's the map. The concept art map that you're looking at right now on the video. This building right here on the bottom, that is the ferry station.
Oh.
So they are seemingly draining or closing and filling up the rivers of America in Florida and replacing it in some form or fashion with this. I think this is all one ride. I think that's in the background is the Doc Hudson thing. Let me zoom in. Also, look at how much water is related in this ride.
That's a lot of water.
You are driving through a river in this ride. You go through a cave system in this ride. Look at that.
So you're just driving through water?
So I don't know where this is supposed to start. I think I got it. So it starts here.
Yeah.
There it's... You think it starts where it says in big red letters, start?
I think it starts right there.
So it starts there, you drive up, you're off-roading, you go over a bridge, you enter a cavernous ice system, and I assume you come down here?
Somehow.
Oh, wait, no.
One way or another.
I don't know. This is really confusing. I think maybe you go through the caverns, you go into the frosty ice mountains, you go up and around, you go down into the cave system, you go spelunking a little bit, look for Gollum. You see the bones of Tom Sawyer that one of the Imagineers hid inside as a tribute to what came before. You go through an entire river.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. What if this is still Tom Sawyer and the water level is just
the water?
And then you seemingly just go back around, and whoever wins. It's the same setup as what's it called?
Radiator Springs.
Yeah, Radiator Springs Racers, I'd imagine, where one car wins and the other doesn't. This is the Frontier section. What is that called?
Frontierland?
Is it? Whatever those old buildings are.
Hold on. Look, because it's...
Oh, wait, here it is, right here.
No.
Yeah, it's that.
That's Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, and then...
Why are you looking at it like that?
So look at it like that.
Why are we looking at it like that?
Because that's the angle.
Oh.
See, so that's the... whatever it's called.
Oh, that is such a weird angle.
Colonial America
Why are
thing?
they doing it like that?
Yeah, so if you're wondering what we're doing, because this is an audio-visual, or not an audio medium, not a visual medium, we're trying to figure out the weird perspective that this thing takes. I just realized we could have done it way easier if we just centered it on the boat launch.
Oh, I guess, yeah, because that's the boat launch right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to...
Now do you see it?
Yeah. If you're looking at this with the Disney map, make sure you turn your phone, because...
Yeah, focus on the boat launch ramp, wherever it takes
Find where
off.
the boat launch is, and then... because that...
So that is what it's going to be happening. So you're going to be walking on against the frontier, and then to your right is going to be just a frozen mountain. And then in the back, it looks like little forklifts at a farm or something. What do you think of that? What do you think of them closing down Rivers of America in Florida?
I don't know.
It doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi as it does in Disneyland.
Yeah.
So I feel...
I've never been on Tom Sawyer's Island, so I don't have any attachment to it.
You never went on any of the boats?
No.
Oh.
So, my family always said no.
I feel like...
Because they said they did it and had a horrible time.
I feel like it doesn't really...
Before I was born, so...
I feel like it doesn't matter, because, I don't know, even though it doesn't make sense because the Rivers of America is themed around, the Mississippi, the West Coast version still is, the proper one in my mind.
Yeah.
Not the one that's actually closer. Obviously, it's because it's first, and, Walt was there when it was made, I guess. Was he? Yeah. I think so.
And it was Walt Disney World was being built.
No, Disneyland. Walt was around when they had the Rivers of America. Yeah. Yeah, because that was an opening day thing, wasn't it?
I don't know.
But yeah. So we figured that out. That's how Cars Land is functioning. Or whatever they're calling this place now, because it's not going to be Radiator Springs. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about two random Cars attractions just kind of next to...
what?
Whatever that's called. Big Thunder Mountain.
I kind of like it, especially since they're not doing, Radiator Springs. They're doing, this, rally race thing. I feel like it fits Frontierland.
I was gonna say that's. I was trying to remember what the theming of this place is called. It's very frontier. It's it's all very mountainous. It kind of reminds me of the Grizzly Peak area at Disney California Adventure theme park. Okay, this is the final topic, and this is something that you are very excited to discuss, I think, and that is Villains Land.
Yay! I'm excited.
Villains Land opening date. Nobody knows. Situated alongside and behind the former, I should say, Rivers of America, and just behind the Haunted Mansion, it is officially known as Phase 2 of the Beyond Big Thunder Initiative project.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not hard to estimate where it is. It's going to be back here. I've seen like fan-made maps online of what it might look like, but like, who cares about that?
Yeah, it's not the real map, so...
According to this, a spell has summoned the villains to the land, and the heroes don't come to save the day. There may not be a happily ever after.
We're all gonna die.
I'm glad you realized that. Seemingly the first ride that they're going to have ready, the first attraction, is going to be a roller coaster, which is seen in the concept art. And I don't know where this rumor comes from, but people seem to just kind of assume that the other one's going to be a dark ride.
I mean...
I guess it makes sense because they're villains.
And Disney does a lot of dark rides, so...
That's true. At the very beginning of the episode, I mentioned a Brazilian convention that was held at the beginning of the month where they released some like new Marvel stuff and the Fantastic Four was shown. But they also made some announcements regarding Villains Land.
Mm-hmm.
And they listed off the villains that would be represented, at least for now. My guesses were Maleficent, the Chernobog, Scar, and the bad guy from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Those are my guesses. Do you have any guesses based on this concept art?
Obviously Maleficent, because she's literally right there.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the castle when I thought Maleficent. In case anyone
forgot, Maleficent is the dragon.
I forgot.
You've never seen the movie, shut up. Okay, so Maleficent. Just from the art... Not really getting a lot from the art. Besides literally having Maleficent in there.
I thought this cave system looked like the caves that the hyenas hang out in, so that's why I guess Scar.
Ursula.
Where do you see Ursula?
They're doing caves. Well, if they're doing caves in water, obviously Ursula. Villains.
It's a raven. Anybody have a raven?
Would it be weird to have Gaston in here instead of at that little restaurant where he?
Oh man, he took a turn.
Taking a turn. That I don't know what that castle area is supposed to be, but it kind of reminded me of the Beast's castle. I don't know who else's castle really looks like that. Maybe Jafar. That kind of reminds me of Aladdin's castle. Or not exactly, but like maybe Jafar. Who's else a really big villain? Maybe the oh my gosh, the villain in Cinderella.
The evil witch?
No,
Queen?
She's like the evil
Which one's Cinderella?
Stepmother.
Oh, just the evil stepmother?
Evil stepmother. What's her official title?
I don't know.
Maybe even the evil queen from Snow White.
Is that all your guesses?
I guess. I can't really think. I mean, it's Disney villains. They could have probably tossed all of them in here.
You did very well.
Oh, I did? Who is it?
Queen of Hearts, Jafar, Lady Tremaine.
Lady Tremaine? Oh, that's Lady Tremaine from Cinderella.
Yzma.
Yzma.
Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Mother Gothel, Hades, the Chernobog, Maleficent / Evil Queen. They're different, is my note. Are they different characters? Ursula and Gaston?
Oh, Maleficent is Snow White, Evil Queen is... Wait. I did not say that. Maleficent is Sleeping Beauty, Evil Queen is Snow White.
Sure.
Okay.
I love that you somehow got Gaston, apparently.
I got Gaston! Yay!
It's also going to be roughly the same size as Galaxy's Edge. Do you have any hopes or expectations for this place? Because I don't.
Be dark. It better scare me. I want to feel like I'm at Universal during Horror Week, okay? It better be scary. Kids better not want to come in here.
Oh, that's what you just don't want to have to deal with kids at Disney.
What? No. I want a scare factor. If they're making a Villains Land, it better be scary.
I think you can hit the nail on the head with that ride being Ursula themed, because I didn't even realize that like water is plunging down there.
Yeah.
My favorite thing though,
Ursula's gonna get your soul.
is this concept art, is that there's like this roller coaster track over here, but the roller coaster is like thorny vines or something. Like a rose thorn. It's going to be a lot of forced perspective, which they have plenty of experience in with both. It kind of looks like it's combining the elements of both Pandora and Galaxy's Edge with like the rock formations. Like I said, I have no input.
They better have crows flying everywhere.
Yeah.
They better have
trained crows.
You know how they have the Disney ducks? There better be Disney crows.
I thought you were gonna say, do they still do that bird show at Animal Kingdom?
Do they?
I don't know.
They should have a bird show with crows.
The crows are too smart. They'll realize it and they'll unionize.
Okay. Maybe not crows. What else is scary? That's not too smart.
Get some pigeons and paint them black.
I think that would be animal cruelty, so maybe not go that far.
It looks like there's like a fountain or something in the middle. I don't really know what that is. This is gonna be so weird. It's like a weird helter-skelter, like, amalgamation. Like, they all end up in one conjoined place. It's like in Marvel's Secret Wars from 2015, where Doctor Doom gets all of the surviving multiversal universes and puts them together as one planet. That's how I relate to this. Yeah, I don't know enough about Disney to really make any assumptions.
It's hard. They definitely did not show
It's because
lot.
it's not going to be ready for like at least 15 years or something. Okay. Like, it's going to be a long time before
Let's make that 10 years, because I don't want to be too old when they finally make this.
It's going to be 10 years before it's going to be 3 years before this is over.
They better make it in 3 years, okay? Like, right after they finish their little Cars Land and everything.
Their little Cars Land.
Their little Cars Land. They better jump on this right away. No, better yet, they better have already started it. They better have already broken
They
ground.
better have destroyed that nature in the surrounding area.
They better have cleared it out by then, because that is step one.
Are you truly excited for this? Like, where's the excitement for this coming from?
Because, like...
Is it just because it's a new land and this is, like, the first one since Animal Kingdom? It's a
new land, and ever since
It's not a new park, I should say. It's new land was, Galaxy's Edge?
Well, ever since I heard they were originally supposed to have a dark land
this was,
Disney World,
rumored for, 15 years.
Because they were supposed to make it. Ever since I heard that, I was so upset that they never made it. And I was all like, that's really cool, because Disney also has very iconic villains. And also, especially when they started expanding on their stories, like the, Maleficent story, when you want to meet these characters more, they're iconic, yeah. But I am interested in also how they're going to do it, because obviously most little kids aren't gonna want to meet the villains.
How are they gonna make it?
I'm also kind of curious to see how they're gonna make this somewhat kid-friendly.
Good point. I feel like that dragon back there, do you think that's gonna be real? Or do you think that's just look, we can do it like Universal?
Well, I've already heard that stuff, that they're not even replacing the dragon for Fantasmic in Disneyland.
Oh, the one that caught fire?
Yeah, the one that caught fire. So how are they gonna do that?
Well, that looks like, based on this concept art, that looks like it's gonna be a ride or something it's part of. I think that they are going to make this, and they're going to hurry the hell up, because Universal is opening up Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned in a previous episode, we are in the theme park wars era.
Yeah, definitely this is gonna rival with that new Epic Universe in their Monster Land. But yeah, definitely finally they got more of a dark element in the parks. I can't wait to hear all the Karens complain about this park. I bet they already are. And what I have to say to that
the Disney Moms Facebook group.
Just don't go on the land then, okay?
Yeah, it's way up there.
You don't have to walk back there. If you know you're gonna scare the shit out of your child, then don't go back here. Be a good freaking parent instead of just complaining all the time.
Get 'em. Get their ass.
Get 'em. But yeah, in all honesty, there is a good chance your kid will be terrified to go in here, and that's all right. I wouldn't recommend dragging them through it if they don't want to go through it, or somehow making a compromise, like, hey, I'll give you a Mike's Mickey.
I thought you were gonna say a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
No, like, hey, like, if you just walk through this with me,
That's
I'll
what they
get
should
you an
do.
ice cream.
They should let anybody buy alcohol back here. Just like make 6 bars.
Yeah,
they should let you smoke in Villain's Land.
It's just all terrible things. Be the freaking land from Pinocchio.
Pleasure Island?
Pleasure Island.
Which again was already a thing at Florida.
Get Pleasure Island back in here.
Yeah, but it's worse.
No, in all honesty, I still want the kids to enjoy it, but at the same time, if they're scared, they're scared. Okay?
Yeah, well, what other places are like teenage and up themed at like either Disney park? Like
There's not. That's the thing.
That's a good point. That's Universal, I guess.
Universal, yeah, definitely has more for
Universal
teens.
is the Disney themed for teens.
So I feel like this is definitely going to be obviously...
Which again points to my reasoning is they're pushing for something that can rival what Universal's doing.
Yeah, because Universal is definitely more targeting towards like older kids. Definitely older kids are going to want to go through this.
Yeah, Disney's targeting kids and parents who want to live vicariously through their kids and make Disney vlogs.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool. Like, this is a cool aspect.
This is like the Villain's Land will be the only section of any Disney park that works best when there's a hurricane coming.
Oh, God.
Because it's going to be so dark and spooky.
Yeah. And... yeah, at the same time, I hope they do have some kid elements in here. I'm trying to think of something they could add for little kids.
A splash pad where every 6th splash it's blood instead of water.
It's red-colored blood. No.
It's red-colored blood. I'd hope it is.
They got a lot of water elements, so maybe...
There's a lot of water elements.
Yeah. Why is there so much water? So maybe they'll have like a splash pad. Maybe they'll have... maybe a little jungle gym would be cool, too.
Maybe this is where they'll have water cannons.
Water cannons. Finally, water cannons on a water ride. Yeah. And there's a good chance they don't make it look that dark on the outside. Like, this concept art...
is full on.
Art looks really dark. But there's a good chance it's not going to actually look this dark. It could just look like... I don't know.
Yeah, especially if they draw back the budget. Which we've established in the past couple episodes.
They probably are going to. So it probably won't even look that scary to walk through, but most likely they're not going to want to go on the rides, though, or meet the villains. Unless you have that type of kid.
Yeah. Like, well, it's not like most of the villains are spooky. They're just a bunch of people. Aside from the Chernobog, which I don't think is going to be present, aside from maybe on a ride. Because that's just a literal massive devil.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just a person. Yzma, Jafar, Captain Hook. Boring.
Yeah, I can think of some kids that would want to meet Captain Hook.
Where are the new villains?
The new villains?
I don't know.
Like, the lamb from Zootopia.
The lamb, that sheep from Zootopia is at Villain's Land.
The sheep is just walking around here.
She's doing administrative work.
Hey, this place has to keep running somehow.
Yeah, where's systematic racism from, what's the Wade Ripple movie?
Elemental?
Yeah, from Elemental.
There's not really an
Yeah, that's why I said it's systematic racism.
The grandmother from Encanto.
Oh my god, she would fucking deserves to be here.
Who else is a new villain they're missing?
They should have got the Hun from Mulan. Hun.
Oh, the Hun from Mulan?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! From Frozen, Hans.
Oh, yeah.
He should be walking around there.
He should be afraid walking around here. Why have they not done anything?
That is his community service.
Here's my thing. Why have they not done anything with Mulan?
Oh yeah, they could do.
They're bringing back goddamn Monsters Inc. Not going to do anything with Mulan. Get a giant, jacked Mongolian dude to walk around. Yes, get a giant, jacked Mongolian dude to walk around, play spooky like throat like music, and like look intimidating and not say anything.
We were talking about new villains, though.
That's true, but I just was reminded of how little Mulan has a presence in this park.
Gosh, who are they missing?
The general from Atlantis.
Oh Oh yeah, he was the worst.
Just walking around in his tank top with a handgun, and he can hang out with the evil general from Avatar, who just looks the exact same.
Oh my gosh.
What other villains? What are some other?
Oh my gosh.
Who's the villain in the Cow movie?
The Cow movie?
On the Home on the Range or whatever?
I don't remember the villain. Wasn't it like a butcher or something?
I don't know. What are some bad Disney movies? Like, what are the Disney movies from the 2000s? Just have a bunch of, like, pilgrims walking through from Pocahontas. You looking up Disney movies?
Yes, of course.
Get Dinosaur. They're getting rid of Dinosaur. Put the Carnotaurus over here. He's just hanging out in the corner, moves around a little bit.
Get the old dude from Up.
Oh, yeah. He can hang out with the General and Quartich from Pandora. Fucking Waternoose. I don't know. I said doctor. He's
Who?
Mr. Waternoose. The spider
yeah.
crab. Why isn't he here? Bring him. Well, he's probably going to be in the Monsters Inc. line now that I think about it. That's more of a place where he'd be. Lilo and Stitch. Who's the villain of Lilo and Stitch? What is his name?
Stitch.
No. What's his name? Chihuahua or whatever.
Oh.
Quado.
No. You just made me forget his name.
Quokka. No, that's the name of that robot arm.
Oh my gosh, shut up. It's Gantu.
Get him. They're bringing back Lilo and Stitch with the remake. You may as well have him hanging around. Get a Stilt Walker. Get the evil robot Santa from Santa Claus 2.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Piglet's Big Movie. Who's the villain in that?
I don't think there's
Oh my god, get the weird old... Get Sigourney Weaver...
Get Heffalumps!
Oh, Heffalumps. Get Sigourney Weaver from Holes.
Oh my gosh.
She slashes like a man's face every now and then and it burns. Get the Barracuda from Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Duh. That should go without saying.
That's one of the worst villains, my goodness.
Davy Jones would work really well.
Yeah.
Especially with how much goddamn water is over here. That would be, oh my god, that is perfect. Because isn't there a pirate ship in the Rivers of America?
Yeah.
Repurpose it, reconstruct it, I don't know how well that would work, as Davy Jones's ship from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. And then I don't know how well it'd have to be an animatronic or something, because that would be way too much.
The creepy villain dude from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, the Judge Doom?
Yeah.
He's already at Halloween, though.
Mm.
What about the man from Brother Bear? Just the hunter?
No, that was him, though.
Yeah, but it's him before he turns into a bear. Syndrome? Syndrome would be perfect. Hanging around, he has his own version of that dumb Iron Man ride we were talking about earlier. Chicken Little. The aliens, the tripods.
Well, they weren't really bad people.
This is the greatest...
That would make it even more funny.
Disney, if you hire us, this will be the greatest land ever to exist.
Just throwing all your characters in there, and they're all gonna have a job.
Chick Hicks from Cars.
Oh yes, why isn't Chick Hicks in here? And
then you can drive him down the road to the little next door Cars land, because they're right by each other. Ratatouille, the little chef man, evil chef man.
Evil chef man.
Princess and the Frog, Dr. Facilier, but they're not going to do that.
Dogs. It could be just the brutal cold of winter. That's the villain. You have an icy cold room.
Who's the villain in Bolt? Why do I want to say a gun?
Who is the villain in Bolt?
I never saw it. I don't know.
Is there a villain in Bolt, really?
I don't know. There's a hamster named Rhino. Underdog. Get what's his name? Peter Dinklage's character.
Sky High.
Oh my god, Sky High.
Royal Pain.
Where
is Royal Pain?
That would be pretty cool. See Royal Pain walking around, barging her way into Avengers Campus.
She needs to raise her new line of villains, new era.
That would be that's kind of a ride at Universal, I think. The Minions one where it's like you're testing out to be a villain. Get Royal Pain's tryout camp. I don't know what it would be called. Get every single villain, Disney. Awesome.
Oh my gosh, in Hannah Montana, the movie.
Oh my god.
The paparazzi.
No, you can't do that. Not after Diana.
Oh,
not after Superstar Limo. Yeah, that's it. Get all the cast. Get the characters from Superstar Limo. Just in the middle of Villains Land is a perfect one-to-one recreation of Superstar Limo. I think we covered every possible villain
I
who
was trying to look
needs
for
to
a
be
newer
here.
one.
We got every villain who needs to be here.
From Inside Out, you're lacking mental health.
Well, that should be stated already if you're going to Disney World. There we go. That list, Disney, have at it. Just give us a credit on it.
Give us a credit.
These are all ideas. Just get every single one of those villains walking through there every hour of the day. Have superstar limos set up in the center. And that's the way to make Villains Land a success. Now, here's something that we keep forgetting to do. Or, well, we did it. And then you got mad that you kept getting the questions wrong. So I let you...
The impossible questions wrong.
So, we are going to do some trivia again. But starting from now, which I think this is episode 5, we are keeping track.
Yeah.
So do you want to keep track on your phone for me? Alright, I'm ready.
True or false?
Oh.
The Haunted Mansion is the only attraction that is featured in 4 different lands in 4 different parks.
True.
False.
Are you serious?
I was like, how'd you get that wrong? Well, the Haunted Mansion
What?
appears
Oh,
in
God
different
damn it.
lands in each park.
It's
New
called
Orleans
Phantom
there.
Mansion, and it's called the Tokyo one. It's a different. It's a adventurers thing.
Okay, next question.
God damn it!
Which of the following attractions was eventually replaced by Stitch's Great Escape in Tomorrowland? Gosh dang it.
Are you serious?
Is it A, Skyaway, B, The Timekeeper, C, Extraterrestrial Alien Encounter, or D, If You Had Wings?
It is C, extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Yes.
Oh, I had no. Thank God we're reading out the answers. I would not have known that.
Oh gosh, are you kidding me? Where does the TV series Star Wars Rebels fit into the larger Star Wars chronologically? Is it A, after Revenge of the Sith, B, before The Phantom Menace, C, during Star Wars The Last Jedi, or D, after Rogue One, A Star Wars Story?
Oh.
You need to look at it.
That last one tricked me. It is A, after Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, you are correct. Shocker.
It's so funny watching your reaction to me getting these questions. Alright, I'm 2 for 3.
Whether it's a hot day at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, or it's just in the mood for something cool and tasty, where can you chill out with an icy treat?
Oh no.
A, Creature Comforts. B, something's ice cream truck. B, Harambe Fruit Market. Or D, Tamu Tamu Refreshments.
So, let me see the answers.
I wonder which one it could be.
So, Creature Comforts, that's an Aardman animation series. I'm gonna say C, because that Harambe is like the name of the town.
Are you reading them?
Tasty hot day where you want to chill for an icy treat. I think it's a trick question.
Fine.
I don't think that ice cream truck is a real thing.
You are wrong.
God damn it.
It was the ice cream truck.
It was a trick question.
It was a trick question.
Is this my last one?
Yes, this is your last one. Question 5. What is the name of the host of the local radio station that can be heard throughout Black Spear Outpost?
Spire?
Black Spire Outpost. Is it... Oh my gosh, these names are so weird.
It's a Star Wars question, so I hope I get it.
Pablo Golandi?
Oh my god, let me see it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Pablo Galadi, Mart Matten, Hero the Hut, DJ Rex. Who is the name of the host of the local radio station? When the fuck is this at a local radio station?
I don't know.
Is this in one of the comics or the game? Oh, there's a VR game that takes place there. It's probably that.
I'll pick one.
Hold on. This is my last one.
Really, just guess. I'm probably gonna get all mine wrong anyways.
I want to say Palab Galadi because that seems like it's a real
Then
person's
pick
name.
it.
That's been... Oh, if that's DJ Rex, I'm gonna be so mad.
I'm gonna be mad too.
Oh, that's right. Huh, what does it say?
Most popular radio broadcast frequency BSO 401.72 plays a variety of unique music.
I thought it would say like some behind the scenes, like why he's named that.
Nope.
Alright, in the land of Asia, you may encounter the ruins of a ferocious statue, currently crumbling to pieces due to what force? A. Ice cream headache. B. The power of nature. C. Constant selfies. Or D. The antics of Stitch.
Can you see it? Power of nature? Yeah, I remembered something from the last time I was there.
What is it? Alright, question 2. What onstage battle takes place during Phantasmic Nighttime Spectacular at Disney's Hollywood Studios?
What?
Do you know? Is it Darth Vader versus the Rebel Alliance? Governor Ratcliffe and the Englishmen versus Native Americans? Mulan versus the Huns? Or Peter Pan versus pirates?
What?
You know, I feel like I know what this is.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. The onstage battle. Is it Peter Pan versus the pirates?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say too. It's Governor Ratcliffe and Englishmen versus Native Americans, of course.
What? There's so much that happens in that show, and I haven't seen it since. Oh, whatever.
Oh, you should know this. We just did an episode about it.
Oh my gosh.
What vehicle at Disney's Animal Kingdom
gosh.
Park will transport you back to the age of the dinosaurs? The Time Rover, the Endapur ice cream truck, the Kali River raft, or the Tembo truck?
The Time Rover.
Yeah, he really should have come up with some fake ones, thanks. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
What?
On Dinosaur, how many years back in time does the Dino Institute send you in your Time Rover? You should know this because I said the quote out loud.
I know.
145 million years, 201 million years, 13.8 billion years, 65 million years.
65.
The
'Cause you
one-
shouted it out. The one thing you shouted it out to
God.
quote someone. Thank you, because now I got it right.
Damn it.
I would have gotten that wrong.
They're really old!
65 million years!
Over the course of your adventure on Kali River Rapids, what do you discover is disrupting the flow of nature's beauty? Pollution, a dam collapse, illegal logging, beavers.
I
Yeah.
don't remember there being a story behind this ride.
I don't even know what ride this is. What is what is this ride?
Pollution? Ah, dang it.
That was illegal logging. What is this ride?
Illegal logging? I don't remember any of that.
Throughout your ride, you'll come across the sights and sounds of deforestation. How fun! What is this? Where is this
That's
at?
the water ride where you spin. Kind of like the...
Where?
It's in the back. It's in
Of what land?
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know what the hell this. All right, that was the last one.
Who won?
We are tied 3 for
What?
3.
Why are we tied? That stupid last question. Who goes on a water ride that focuses on deforestation? I mean, that does make sense because of deforestation. When there's heavy rain, that soil does not properly go anywhere, leading to floods, flash floods, rushing water. Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Wow.
But still, none of that was explained. Where was that explained in the ride? I have no idea because I was chilling and talking with my brother in the line.
Wow.
Or I got the fast pass.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our thoughts and theories and our antics regarding everything new coming to Disney. Hopefully this was informative after these almost 2 hours together with you. Stay tuned for next episode where we cover something that we haven't yet decided on. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to I Need Some Disney. This podcast is in no way affiliated with or endorsed by the Walt Disney Company. All opinions, facts, and fun here are our very own. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with us online. Leave any suggestions for future topics in the comments.